Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Friday, March 27th, 2015, around 4:30 p.m. in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's about 39 degrees out. We got some rain this morning, but it's okay now. Some news to report. Thunder star player Kevin Durant's going to miss the rest of the season. He needs more foot surgery, and he's going to be out of action 4 to 6 months. That's a tough break for the Thunder. And also, NBC has announced it's going to order Coach, the classic TV sitcom that ran from 1989 through 1997, starring Craig T. Nelson, and it's going to be like an updated version of Coach. And that's about it on the news. And one more thing, sad news to report in Billerica, Massachusetts. Longtime Shawshing Tech School Committee member and Billerica Access Television host Bernie Hoare passed away. And that's about it on the news. My second video subject of the day is about the NBA on TNT and TBS, Turner Sports. The NBA has had a long-term relationship with Turner Sports dating back to 1984, and the NBA on TNT, it's one of the best television properties in sports television today. The history of the NBA on Turner Sports goes back many years. Ted Turner at one time, who ran TBS and TNT, actually owned the Atlanta Hawks basketball team, and the Atlanta Hawks games were on his superstation WTBS Channel 17 out of Atlanta. And he was a big basketball fan. In 1984, he acquired the NBA cable rights of games from USA Network and ESPN, and it on the superstation TBS in 1984. Usually they would show 2 games a week to the national audience, except in the local markets where it was blacked out, because just to protect the local broadcast. The lead voice of the NBA on TBS was Bob Neal, and his color men were Rick Barry and Bill Russell. Also, other announcers during this period, they used Pete Van Wieren and Skip Carey, and they usually would broadcast two to 3 games a week. Plus, they would have the NBA All-Star Saturday, which had the slam dunk contest, 3-point shootout, and the Legends game. Plus, they would show playoff games every night, double headers and stuff. But most of the NBA playoff games were nationally televised. There was a few that weren't, and they would go to maybe game 2 or 3 of the conference finals. And the playoff games were shown nationally, except in the local markets, which was blacked out and stuff like that. And the NBA on TBS was great for TBS. In 1988, when TNT was formed, the NBA games moved from TBS to TNT, and it was hosted by Ernie Johnson. And they still had Bob Neal as an announcer, but they added Gary Bender plus Doug Collins as the lead color man and stuff like that. And the NBA on TNT usually had like 2 to 3 games a week, usually on Tuesday and Friday nights. Plus they got NBA All-Star Saturday. They had the NBA draft, and they carried a lot of playoff games. Most of them they carried, but not all of them. And all of the games were subject to local blackout for many years. In 1994 was the first time that the NBA had all their playoff games nationally televised, coast to coast. TBS and TNT broadcast those games. In 1994, the NBA returned to TBS on Thursday nights, and hosting it was Fred Hickman. He was the studio host, and the play-by-play announcer was Vern Lundquist. And in 1995, Dick Stockton called NBA games on TNT and stuff, and the NBA on TBS and TNT were real popular, they would always have playoff doubleheaders on TBS and TNT. In 1999, the NBA on TNT signed Marv Albert to be its lead play-by-play announcer. This was a great move by TNT and stuff like that. And Ernie Johnson continued his good studio hosting and stuff. And 2000, the NBA had a new playoffs with like spreading all the games out, having like the first round going like 2 weeks just to spread the games out so it could be nationally televised coast to coast without like playing at the same time. So they spread them out, which was good on TBS and TNT. And by 2002, the NBA like signed a new television contract with like Turner Sports, TNT, which eliminated the games on TBS, and TNT got exclusive Thursday night games for the NBA games. That means that no regional sports network or local television could carry the games except TNT. And also at this time, TNT got the rights to the NBA All-Star Game. They had the rights to the NBA Draft, but they lost them. But they got the NBA All-Star Game plus everything from the whole NBA All-Star Weekend. And also this is a time when Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley, two old NBA players, retired NBA players, joined Ernie Johnson in the studio for the halftime report and Inside the NBA. And Inside the NBA is one of the greatest like sports wrap-up shows in television and stuff. That's going to be a subject of a future video blog and stuff. And also around this time, Marv Albert was the number one play-by-play announcer for the NBA on TNT, and the number two was Kevin Harlan. From time to time, Dick Stockton and others like Matt Devlin and a few others would do occasional games and stuff like that. And TNT, NBA on TNT has this theme song. Do 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 do. And the NBA on TNT usually broadcasts Thursday nights exclusively. Plus, they have a special NBA on Martin Luther King Day doubleheader. They also have opening night, tip-off, and then they have most of the playoff games, which the conference semifinals and the conference finals, which they alternate with ESPN. 1 year, like TNT gets the Western Conference Finals and ESPN has the Eastern Conference Finals. And the next year it's vice versa. This year TNT has the Western Conference the Eastern Conference Finals and stuff. And usually the conference semifinals and finals games are exclusively on TNT. And beginning in 2016-2017's contract with TNT and the NBA, that TNT's first round games for the playoffs will be exclusively on TNT. That means no regional games of the broadcast, no local anymore. And also, NBA TV is now run by Turner Sports, so Ernie Johnson's on there for fan night, and also Matt Weiner and stuff. And it's pretty good. I love the NBA on TNT. It's very good, and it's a good partnership that's going to last at least 40 years, and it's probably the best TV partnership that the NBA has ever had, excluding NBC and stuff like that. So the NBA on TNT rocks, in my opinion. And that's about it on that. Well, I'll be back for the third and final video blog of the night tonight, which will be about the person I profile, starting my Philadelphia Sports Week, and it's going to be about Paul Heyman, the former owner of ECW and currently the manager of Brock Lesnar, WWE Champion, and everybody's a Paul Heyman guy. Okay, have a good day, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Bye.